Hello, good morning to everybody. My name is Sophía Yánez and I will be reading to you a couple poems this morning. I could start with a biography, but I'm going to start reading so that you may have a sense of who I may be. And then at the end, I will read to you my biography. The poems I'm going to read are from this book. It's called Puerto de Hayu Marka. And Hayu Marka is a magical interdimensional door that exists, that is said to exist and is attributed to some Inca priest called, I think, Aramumuru. So you can check that out. And is said to exist at the south of Peru, between Peru and Bolivia. Okay, so you can check that out if you wish. Good. I'm going to start like this. It says, White Buffalo Woman. I am the white buffalo woman who loves as she can. No water body can defy me. No land, nor will I permit men to withhold the sound of my voice. Once I am gone, I am the one that decides when and how flowers will bloom again. And when, be it spring, no autumn will follow in our eyes. That's one poem. I'll read to you a second one. I'm going to try to go from the simpler ones to the most difficult ones, to put it in a way. Okay, this one is called Secret Universe, and it speaks, I think, about Andean identity and how we construct, how we build our identity in the Andean world. And it goes like this, because also I am from the Andes, as you probably are. This poem is called The Voice of the Great Lakes. It goes like this. Listen to the voice of the Great Lakes, be your own center, open heart and mind within. Find your home in my eyes and stop searching cities, cramming in open spaces. Keeper of the eastern door, receive the gift of clear waters and sunshine, as if we shared some common ancestor that planted the seeds of what we are today. As if that guardian spoke again through us, asking us to come forth and be the wine of wisdomry that ties the north and the south, water and fire together, for the daybreak rainbow hidden in our voice. This is a fragment of a poem that in Spanish is called Partículas Vivinacientes. Vivinacientes is an invented word, and in English they've translated it as birth living particles. I'm going to read only a fragment. And it goes like this. Tectonically speaking, all of my kids are high priests, magicians, and shamans. They are the keepers of divine air. They translate sun rays into words and light into wood and spindles of clouds. And when the sun bleeds, the Inca mother I am becomes the mother Coca that sings its son of words, bleeding the strongest of reds, to stain the lips of the world, rainbow powing at the broad stigma of eye-toothed deers, turning into air the firm land. My mother's shrine never ends and gapes with an open mouth around the secret talismans of heaven and the arrival to a threshold port of an ancient song. In my biography, a little bit on the author. Well, I love to read poetry. And in English, some of the women authors I like the most are Jane Hirschfield, Maya Angelou. I like Sandra Cisneros also. and Joy Harjo. I think I have some things in common with Joy Harjo, in the way we explore identity and we weave our voices with the voices of our ancestors. Try to recognize the soul of our ancestors in our own poetry. I think that Joy Harjo does that quite good. So I'm going to read my biography. It says, I was born in Minnesota, also known as the state of the 10,000 lakes. I am near to the spirit of water and some deities, for example, as Oksum and Yemanja. I write since I was 13, and also, well, I have a couple of things I've done in my professional career. For example, I've collaborated with the Georgetown UDLA summer course that took place with Universidad San Francisco in Quito. The courses I collaborated with were writing literature and a survey of Latin American literature. I have 12 books which have been published. Most of them are poetry. And in this book, El Puerto de Hayu Marka, from which I've read to you some poems, I am asking myself about my own origin and the sacred bond I have with, or human beings have with nature, but most of all, I am searching for words which bring me or make me able to create a shelter, I think, not only for myself, but for human beings in general. I hope you have liked my poetry. Thank you very much for asking me to read to you. And I would love to know what you thought of my poetry, what you felt when you heard me reading. These poems were written in Spanish and later on translated, so it's a little bit difficult sometimes with translations. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much. Goodbye.